They're up by 10. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They're leading by 16. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, right now, they're winning the battle above the rim. I'm talking about all their offensive rebounding, just a ton of second-chance opportunities. They just wanted it more. And obviously, those extra possessions were converted into points that helped them build this huge lead.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
This was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be.
Player of the game.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Clint Capella had it going on in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 2 block shots, and 11 rebounds. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it's Shaq-like?
That's a good one.
Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, a recipe for disaster. Without major improvements defensively, this game is O-V-A, over.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
By 14. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. The game brought to you by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is
so... For Dorisburg, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Victor Oladipo putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
My brother.
Movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice
Folks,
every day.
For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Score for you right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Right out of the gates, it was Oklahoma City setting the tone. Their mission to dominate early was accomplished with a spirited 14-4 run to start. As the first quarter came to a close, they saw that early lead disappear. Tie game at the end of one. Then in a hard-fought second quarter, they more than held their own, increasing their advantage to finish up 9 at the break. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass. They were keeping possessions alive and converting those rebounds into points. Take away those extra points, they're not in this position, Ernie.
Kenny, what's your take on Washington so far?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. We come back right after this.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass.
Tonight, folks,
Prime
for our
example.
broadcast. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Center.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Big-time play throughout the first half from Dennis Smith. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Well, they were really in attack mode. The most telling stat is how many times they got to the free throw line. They weren't all afraid to get their hands and get those elbows dirty. You know I'm a specialist when it comes to the elbows, Ernie.
And Kenny, your take on New York?
Well, look, they turn the ball over way too much. You can't do that in the NBA. Teams are just too talented. You can't give them that many possessions. Don't give away the entire game just by giving up an extra few possessions here and there. These guys need to come with more precision in the second half.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
At points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Back right after this.
Slice the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his team.
Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. The second quarter was full of highlights for them, and as their play improved, so did their lead. They'll be carrying an 11-point edge into the second half. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Their lack of execution surprised me. You know, they had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play. And this is why. Without giving away possessions, they'd be a lot closer in this game.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
We'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out.
That'll do
we
it
see
for
guys
now.
trying.
For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later. Inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Devin Booker had it going on in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, the one thing we already know, Devin Booker can score. And what I'm seeing now is he's able to lead. The offense goes through him. He controls the pace, and he makes tons of great decisions. Terrific catalyst for them in the first half.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, first of all, As cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they can forget about a comeback.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
Their tremendous shooting, they've been dialed in so far from the field. Right back after this break.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg.
All player of the game, Trevor Ariza.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's given him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
He's been their pulse tonight, the player who's guided them to the win. And it's a win they need. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Tremendous first half. Glad to have you back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 13 points and 2 assists. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, their poor rebounding is really hurting them. It hasn't killed them on the scoreboard yet, but they need to pick it up. This is a game they can win. If they come out hustling in the second half, they can win.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
A tremendous comeback, now enjoying the lead. And we'll be back with you shortly.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ.
Like a breakout
everything
year.
you wanted. His confidence waned with his shot, kind of like a golfer struggling with his putter. But this guy, because he defends, he has good size, and he does have a good shot, I think he'll bounce back nicely.
For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.